Hi friends, we are continuing our discussion of iodine deficiency today. And today we're going to talk about how much iodine you need and how to get it, since you can't get it from your food. You're not getting enough from iodized table salt, which you shouldn't be eating anyway, and you're not getting it as much as you need, at least in dried sea vegetables. So the US RDI recommended dietary intake of iodine is 150 micrograms, which is just enough to prevent the absolute worst case scenario of iodine deficiency goiter, the enlarged thyroid gland that makes you look like you have a big tumor in your neck. So the amount of iodine that you need depends on two factors. It depends on, number one, your body's iodine requirements, which vary from person to person based on things like your age and what health issues you have currently. So someone younger might need less than someone older who has more health issues. Number two, how much of the competing halogens and halides have you been exposed to, and to what extent do those substances, are they saturated in your body? So these are things like fluoride, chloride, bromide, along with fluorine, chlorine, and especially bromine. These are all toxic substances that we're exposed to every single day in this crazy modern world, and the extent to which those are parked in your iodine receptors where iodine should be will determine how much iodine you need, because you might need, if you have a lot of those halogens and halides parked in your iodine receptors, you're going to need more iodine to come in and actually plug into those receptors and eject those substances so they can be released from the body. So this is an interesting thing. Our RDI, or US RDI, you might not be in the US, so I'm not going to say R, but the US RDI is 150 micrograms, like I said. Many cases of hypothyroidism, so that's low thyroid function. Compare that to Japan, which some of the people in Japan, some segments of the Japanese population are taking in about 13.8 milligrams of iodine a day, because the farmers use seaweed in their composting, and this is almost 100 times the US RDI. Now, cases of hypothyroidism, low thyroid disease, in Japan is very, very low. And there is a study about that that's like debunking it or something. I will talk about that in a future video, because I know for like every finding that supports something, there's a study that's debunking it or something like that. So it's very good to look at everything to get the whole picture, and then, discern for yourself what the truth is. So, if you can't get iodine from the foods you eat, how can you get it? You gotta supplement. And now, I wish that you could just eat fruits and vegetables and get everything you need. And I think maybe for some people that does work. I still eat lots of fruits and vegetables, eat only fruits and vegetables as the foundation for a healthy lifestyle, but I supplement where needed, and I get regular blood work done, urinalysis, whatever I need. I even got a hair test to discover some food allergies. I look at the Western scientific data to see where I'm at, to make sure that my lifestyle is meeting all my needs. And things like stress really deplete the body, and I experienced a lot of stress in the last several years. Many of us do. It's a part of being a human being, I think. And so, my body was depleted in certain ways, and iodine being one of those things. So I do supplement now. I actually did this same iodine therapy protocol, a little bit different, 5 years ago, so 2014. And because the same thing, I had blood work done, discovered low thyroid function. I was told I had Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune version of low thyroid, so the thyroid attacking itself, producing antibodies. And, underactive thyroid, had some symptoms, couldn't lose weight as easily or maintain my ideal weight as easily. Like, I would lose weight and then gain it back really easily. I was cold all the time. I was dealing with some hair loss, some fatigue, just some mood issues too, major mood disturbances. And again, this was precipitated by a lot of stress. So I started this iodine therapy protocol back in 2014 because I was prescribed Synthroid to fix the symptoms of low thyroid hormone, but I was like not feeling it. And I really didn't like the fact that when you're prescribed something like that, Synthroid, synthetic thyroid hormone, or even natural thyroid hormone, which is from a pig, which isn't vegan, and that's very gross and sad, that you're like taking the thyroid from some animal. Like, some animal had to die so that you could take their thyroid hormone. I mean, as if that would even work the same anyway. I didn't like that idea because basically you get dependent on those drugs for the rest of your life, and I'm not a fan of being dependent on anything for the rest of my life. So I did the therapy back in 2014, 2015, and I found that I was iodine deficient, started the supplementation with the cofactors and everything, and I quit too soon, basically. It was very expensive, and I was feeling uncomfortable with the sheer quantity of supplements I was being guided to take. And in my, low-fat, raw, vegan naivete, I was like, I can get everything I need from my diet, and I don't need to do this, and I'm going to move to Hawaii, and I'm going to heal naturally. And, there's something really pure and beautiful about that, but there's something also very naive. And it took me a few years and a lot of stress, and turns out, no, that the holistic natural healing without taking anything did not work for me long term. So now I'm back at square one doing the iodine therapy from scratch. So I'm going to call it for today, but in the next video, I will talk more about that specific protocol and give you the resources you need to start the therapy yourself if you need to. Okay? So like this video if you like it, subscribe if you want to stay tuned, learn more, expand your mind, expand your heart, feed your soul, and take whatever measures you need to increase your health and happiness, because this world needs you to be the very best version of you that you can be. Much love, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.